Hey, good competition today.
Yeah, it was a good day.
How do you think you did?
Me or the team?
I guess the team in general.
I think it was a decent day. I think being off of an off day, we did decent. It wasn't too much on the legs. We did a lot of red zone and the fringe today, so it was a good day overall. I'd say as a team.
How much does it need to have a reset after being in Metairie and just coming here for the next 9 days?
Well, being from here, I think it's a little great. I mean, it's hot in Louisiana, but it's not that bad. I think once you, I mean, I wouldn't say you ever get used to it, but I think it's nice to be able to have a little bit of reset, have a little change in scenery during camp, and it's gonna definitely help us to have a great long season.
What does it do for you guys? Like whenever you come out here, you feel like you get more work done?
I think you get more work done, and as far as team-wise, the camaraderie I feel like tends to build because you're not like going home to your separate houses, separate apartments, separate hotels and things like that. We're all going back to the same place, allowing us to like gel more together as a whole team, and I think that's part of the reason why it'll help.
Were you fired up when they signed Julian?
Yeah. This is my guy. We had 4 years together at Utah. I'm just glad to be able to play with him in the back end, and I'm excited for the season for sure.
Did you have any idea that might happen when you had the tryout and you got signed? Did you guys talk at all? Or?
Yeah, actually, so like in May, we had talked a little bit because I knew he hadn't signed anywhere yet, and he said like this was one of his destinations that he was like looking at. He took a visit and everything, so I was like keeping up with him pretty often. I still talk to a lot of guys from Utah, so he's definitely one that I talk to pretty often, and it was just something that we had talked about. I knew it was coming up, and then when he signed, I was excited and just happy that he's here.
Did you mention that it was? I'm sorry.
Oh.
You mentioned that it was like not a hard day on the legs today, based on what you had come off of.
Yes, sir.
Have you noticed Kellen Moore, in your experience, putting more of an emphasis on that kind of thing than you know what I mean? Like, like to make sure everybody's taken care of and everybody's okay. Have you noticed more of that in your experience than you've experienced before, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of different coaches. Definitely with Kellen, I think he's done a really good job of like keeping our legs fresh. I think part of being in the NFL is like having your team, stay less injured as much as you can throughout the season, and being able to get to the regular season with the most guys healthy would definitely benefit us, and I think Kellen's done a good job of that.
And you've seen, like, in your experience, like, I don't know, whatever it is, less of a workload from a physical standpoint in this camp than maybe you've seen before?
I mean, that's tough to say, but I definitely think right now, yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely say that he's done a really good job of keeping us fresh and allowing us to get our bodies back on the off day and things like that with recovery and just different things every day.
Coach Staley obviously was in LA when you were drafted. How have you seen kind of his system develop from what you had as a rookie to now?
Pretty great. It's funny because like some things I remember in the spring, like there was just some things that we were like having trouble with in regards to the scheme, and I would like think back to 2020, my rookie year. We were learning the defense on Zoom, and I remember when we first got out on the field, it was like, not that it was terrible, but we had a tough time learning it. So like seeing the difference from the spring and May and June until now, and like to see how the defense has transformed and like seeing how he has changed a few things from 2020 till now, it's great, and I'm excited to see how the season goes.
Is there something about it that takes a minute to learn, or is that just normal football?
I think it's just normal football. I think anytime, like there's a lot of schemes around the league that are similar, but I think that's just normal football. I think once you get a new DC, you got to learn the different terminology, different things that coaches like, coaches dislike, and things like that.
It's obviously a great defensive year that year for what made that defense so effective. And like you mentioned, obviously it was installed over Zoom. Not exactly the best case scenario.
Yeah, definitely not the best case scenario, obviously, with the way the world was going on that year. But I think just as a whole, I think we had a lot of great players on our team in 2020. And, I mean, I think Staley's a great defensive coordinator, and his scheme has definitely helped the great players play the best of their abilities, and that's why we had such a great defense, which is what I see happening here.
Is there one thing is there one thing that you would say is like the quintessential thing about his scheme, about what he tries to do? Is there like one thing, like one linchpin of what he tries to do that you would say that's who he is?
I don't know. I don't know if I could pinpoint one thing, but he does always say go for it. that's one thing he was always talking about as regards to the defense from the back end, the back seven to the front seven, or the back seven and the front line. I think he just is always talking about going for it, being physical at the point of attack, and I think that's something that is going to help the defense go very far.
How does it benefit your game? We've seen you in St. Jean nickel.
Mm-hmm. I think it benefits my game in regards to versatility, being able to play more than one position. If my number is called, being able to play nickel, playing playing safety, playing dime, whatever I'm asked upon, it definitely helps.
How do you feel like your camp's going in general?
I think it's been decent. I think we as athletes were definitely harder on ourselves than anybody else can be, and there's always going to be good things. One thing my college coach used to always say is it's never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. So I think it's been decent. There's always room for improvement, but I think it's gone pretty well.
The star position, what makes it different from your traditional nickel?
I'd say in my opinion, the defense definitely runs to the star. If our star plays very well, then the defense is going to play well. Being able to communicate, being able to fit the run, maybe even keep the star in, and then 12 in a bigger personnel group that the offense comes out in. That's just probably what allows the star position to play well, if that makes sense. If that answers your question.
You bounce around a little bit here, but is there something about this opportunity that you feels like right for you?
I think I don't know. I think it just feels right. I think. Obviously, having Staley here, it's definitely will help. He believed in me back in 2020, and he also believed in me now. And I think being able to be around the guys, being around people that I know across the league, and I don't know. I think as a whole, I'm just excited to see how the preseason games go and get a shot to make the team.
What is it about Utah safety? What's the common denominator? We've had Marcus Williams here.
Oh, yeah.
And you two guys, what's the common denominator?
Tough, smart guys that are willing to do whatever is asked upon, I'd say. I think we have a lot of guys actually around the league right now that are playing pretty well. Cole Bishop up in Buffalo, me and Julian. Corners, we got Jalen still playing right now. I don't think Eric Rowe's still playing, but yeah, Marcus is still playing. I don't think he's signed anywhere yet. But I think we just had a lot of tough, smart guys. I don't think that Utah necessarily gets a lot of high-rated guys, but we have guys that like to work, and I think that's what helps us stick around in the league.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.